Are you ready?
Let's go.
I'm ready. Got you right when you were coming
Right
back
on
in.
time, baby. Welcome back to the Ballon Drunks.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, feels good. Another Thursday night. And
Yeah, man.
we
A
got.
little bit of a breather from Premier League with the
I
international
know, I
break.
know. I'm not. This is actually a good international break weekend for me because I got my fantasy basketball draft.
Oh, yeah, you got to focus in.
But I was looking forward to watching some matches Saturday morning before the draft, and now gotta wait.
Yeah, well, that's good for you. Maybe you'll be taking home the champ this year in your basketball pool.
God, I hope so. It was close last year. Just a couple of guys left me a little short, but it's
Yeah,
all
I'm
good.
still very curious. I've never done it. I'm very curious about it, but I think
Dude,
I'm gonna pass this year.
you got to jump in one of these years. It's fun. We have a
I'll
really
give it a go.
active league, which is all that matters in fantasy. Is you got to have an active
That is
league.
fun.
A lot of trades, a lot of trash
Trades,
talking.
people talking trash. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes it
that's what
10
it's all
times more
about.
fun.
That's what it's all
A
about.
lot of fun. Yeah, well, let's get into it, man. We're gonna touch on the EPL Week 7 from the weekend. We do have the international break, so we don't have any picks to go through. We got some news to catch up on, and then for our main event today, we're gonna actually go through and choose a combo favorite starting 11 from this year's Champions League teams. So that'll be a fun little exercise to go through. Before we get into it, got to do our start of the show drinks. Checking in on pickups. It finally happened. A dead heat tie between you and me, 9 points each.
We did have a lot of similar choices, obviously.
We did, yeah.
It'll probably happen more than once, but
Well, we've been so close. It kept being like 1 point, 1.5 points, half a point apart. So we finally got right on it with a 9 point tie. And then checking in on my fantasy league, which I know you're very invested in. Okay, not at all. But I did have a very close one I lost, so I'll take a drink. Lost by 3 points there. And then we had one red card over the weekend from Nottingham Forest.
right. Yeah, you got to be. You want Ten Hag fired. Ten Hag needs to be fired for you to have Rashford start trying again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Yeah,
Rashford is
seriously.
actively trying to get him fired.
I mean, you might not be the only one either.
Yeah, for real.
Got a whole squad feeling that way.
Nobody likes that dude.
Yeah. I do have Hoyland, who's back now as well. So I got two guys from the team.
Oh yeah, you need. Well, see, okay, so I'm jumping ahead to news a little bit, but I guess we could just talk about it now. Ten Hag, usually the move is to fire a coach before the international break. That's the move.
Yes. If you're going to do it. Yeah.
And they ended up getting that draw at Aston Villa, which was not impressive.
No.
But that's probably what saved his job.
Yeah, it was probably the definition of just enough to hang on by a thread,
Just enough. That's the standard that Man United are at right now. Just enough.
Yeah, just enough is great from how they've started the season. It's been terrible.
So bad. So speaking of how bad it's been, I had a stat for you.
Okay.
Man United, after 7 matches, have 8 points. This is the fewest points they've ever had in the Premier League after 7 matches. The previous worst was last season when they had 9. They had 9 points. They had 9 points, and now they're 1 point less. Fewer?
Oh,
less?
my God.
This year. The last time they had this low of points, it was like, I can't remember the exact date. It was like 1890 something.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable.
So bad.
And yet, he's still got a job somehow.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's so weird because you see so many other coaches that are just always on the hot seat. Teams ready to make switches so quickly, yet for whatever reason, this is a different situation, and it doesn't make sense. It's not what we're used to seeing these days. Maybe in the past, but it just feels so unusual.
There's clearly issues with the locker room too, and guys wanting to play for him because guys aren't playing. hard enough. Rashford is the most
Yeah.
obvious. He just doesn't
Uh-huh.
want to be there. But like you said, he can't be the only one.
Yeah, he can't be alone.
You got to get rid of him. You got to get rid of him. Bring in anybody else at this point.
It just seems so weird because it's like, from everything you've seen, do you expect there to be some sort of crazy turnaround this season? Like,
No.
no, you don't, right? And so then it goes into like, well, then why not get rid of him now? Like, what do you expect to happen that validates keeping him on longer? There's nothing that's really pointing in a direction that makes sense. Maybe he leaned heavily on the injuries have just thrown us into chaos, but it just doesn't seem like that's enough of an excuse with what we've seen across multiple seasons.
Well, he's quick to call to the trophies that they won last year.
Trophies?
Didn't they get 2? I think it was like the FA Cup and like
I thought they had one.
maybe
Okay.
it was like Carabao or I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe it's just one. I'm not sure. But it's not enough.
Yeah.
Like Man United are
No.
not in a place to be bragging about anything. They have the international break right now, and then they have Brentford at home, which Brentford are a better team than Man United right now.
Yeah.
If they lose that one, I think he's done.
Yeah.
If they get away with a win or a tie, he obviously will be fine. And then they have Europa League, Fenerbahce, and
Nice.
then they go on the road to West Ham. So I mean, they don't have a ton of tough teams coming up. I'm looking at it. Then Leicester, then Chelsea. That Chelsea could be the nail in the coffin because that'll be at home again. And if they lose to Chelsea at home in an embarrassing fashion, that could be it. So that's November 3rd. But I don't think he makes it to Christmas. There's, like you said, there's no way they turn it around.
Yeah. So I mean, and then it adds more question to like why are we doing this? Like it just doesn't make sense. But it is funny you mentioned Brentford because I believe that was the legendary game, right? When was that his first game or whatever? But they come in and get just beat down to start the season 4-0.
Was it? It probably was Brentford. That sounds like something Brentford would do.
I think it was Brentford, and that would just be the hilarious full circle if like they get beat down like 4-0, and then that's both the start and the end.
Honestly, they should try to poach that coach.
Yeah, Thomas Frank's a good coach.
Hell yeah, he is. That team is ready to play every week, and they
All the time,
They can put it on anybody that's not coming to play hard.
Yeah.
I was high on Wolves this week. That was one I missed. I think I picked a tie for that Brentford one because I liked the way Wolves was playing, but they got dismantled by Brentford. It wasn't even close. But yeah, I'm happy that your boy O'Neal didn't get fired after that one.
I know. Yeah, it's been a real rough start for the season,
but he made it.
He did. He survived.
Yeah. All right, I jumped us out of the order here, but
yeah. Well, yeah, let's jump into it, though. So we already hit a couple games, but the game that we were talking about as it was happening, probably the most exciting one to watch of the weekend, we had Tottenham going on the road to Brighton. So you were actually able to watch this game. So walk me through what you saw.
Yeah, I watched it, and then it was a wild game. I know, and I texted you with like a half hour left in the match. I was like, you got to turn this on. So first half, it was all Tottenham. Like they were beating them down, but they couldn't finish. They actually got a goal off a bad miss by the goalie that shouldn't have been a goal, but they should have scored like 3 other times. So going into half, it's 2-0. All Tottenham. Coming out, Brighton get a goal. I can't remember exactly. I'm not looking at it, but like relatively quickly within the first like 5 minutes of the second half. So it's like, okay, all right.
I think it was like a minute in. Yeah, it was real quick.
Yeah, it was quick. And so it's like, okay, all right, we got a game. Let's go. This half might be a little different. And then Brighton start like turning the screws, and they're going. They end up scoring a second. And then it's like, Tottenham looked shell-shocked. It was like a totally different team. a totally different team than the first half. And Brighton go on to get a third and like put the game away. And I was kept waiting for like a Tottenham counter punch, but it wasn't even close. They just disappeared in the second half. It was so weird. But it was an incredibly exciting game to watch as a spectator. I did take a couple of notes when I was watching it because
nice. I love it.
Note 1.
Field reporter Witty over here. Let's hear it.
Matoma was the best player on the field, bar none. He was untouchable. He made Pedro Porro look like he wasn't moving. Like Pedro Porro couldn't stay with him, couldn't slow him down, couldn't even stop. Like everything that Brighton did positively was stemming from Matoma. He either dribbled past somebody, got a cross in, created so many like any chance they got was a Matoma created chance. He was just untouchable. He was just the best player on the field. He's fucking incredible. I think he got 2 assists. He might have, I don't know if he got credit for both because one it was his through ball, but the guy kind of did a dribble. So I don't know if he got credit for that one, but he created the play. And then the first goal was his cross that Udogie just whiffed on. And so he probably didn't get credit for that one either. But
of course, yeah.
But he was creating these chances. It was him always. And then the third one was kind of a weird, like broken play, defense fell asleep goal, which Postecoglou was pissed. I don't know if you saw him after the game, but he was super pissed, and I would be too because his team literally fell asleep. Like that third goal.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to call out, like, what the fuck was Romero doing? He literally was standing behind Danny Welbeck. Like he had vision. He had to look through Danny Welbeck to see where the ball was, and he still couldn't get close enough to him to even like reach out and touch him for that header goal when that cross came in. It's like, what are you doing? Like, are you tired? Are you lazy?
Especially a guy like that. Like he's the guy you expect to be in that, winning that every time.
Yeah, that's your job. Like, what? Yeah. Who's gonna cover him? You're the nearest guy. Like, you can see the whole play. It's not like he snuck in front of you. Like, he just fell asleep. It was really bad, just so bad. Tottenham defending was atrocious. And then the only other thing that I had a note of is the announcer or the color commentator. I don't remember his name, but he made a really dumbass statement in my opinion, which was like, it was after they gave up the 3 goals, and it's like, what he said, well, it's this style that Tottenham plays, can it work? Like, can they like play this high line and yada yada, like the Postecoglou. Everyone likes when it's good on offense, but is it detrimental to him? And none of those goals that happen were because of tactics, in my opinion, or playing like a high line
counterattack. Yeah.
No, it was Udogie screwed up a clearance. It was just bad defending. The second one maybe, but Matoma just sliced through and was just quicker than everybody. It wasn't really, and then it wasn't a tactical mishap. And then the third one, and then the third one, he kind of just like bulldozed through Udogie. It was kind of like a clumsy, kind of lucky. Made it by him and then crossed it, and then like I said, Romero was just sleeping there, not thinking a ball was coming. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but it had nothing to do with like the tactical. It was just a lazy comment.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. It's like it's not tactics. It's either individual defending or the combination of the style of the individual defending. Those sort of quick, incisive players, I just really give them trouble. Like you kept mentioning Matoma over and over, right? Like. And that to me doesn't really have anything to do with a high line. That has to do with like how the players are actually defending as a group when there's actually a guy attacking them. Doesn't matter if it's at the midline or it's in the box, right? So yeah, I don't disagree with his tactics from that perspective, but they are looking pretty damn susceptible defensively
Yeah, just
Mostly because
bad.
I think their wing defenders are just they're not very good defenders. They're good attackers.
Pedro Porro, perfect example. He
Hmm.
couldn't stay with him. Uh, but yeah, Romero's got to be better. Udagi screwed up. He's young. I think he'll be all right. But yeah, it was just a crazy turn of events because like if you had just watched the first half or
Hmm.
just watched the second half, they were completely two different games. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean you could see it in the highlights, which is crazy. You could tell from that alone that it was Tottenham just disappeared in the second half. Just
Oh,
no chances being created.
sorry, I missed one more note that I had. My new favorite young player, Cameroon international 20-year-old Baliba from Brighton.
Saliba.
This is the second time I've seen him. I watched another Brighton game earlier in the year,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I noticed him, and I was like, I gotta
Yeah,
keep an eye on this guy. But this game, it was like, dude, this kid is special. He is
the
gonna be
fearless.
really,
Yeah,
really good. He's already really, really good. He's strong on the ball. He turns away from players really well. He's strong. He's fast. Like I really liked him. Another like diamond player that Brighton pulled out of nowhere.
they just keep pulling at him and Minta too. I feel like's looked pretty solid.
Minta's good too, but
Yeah,
Baliba, man, I really like him. I'm a believer.
believer. All right. uh, so jumping around, a couple other significant results. Newcastle, we had this as one of our bets, goes on the road to Everton and ends up walking away with a 0-0 draw. So big result for Everton, pretty disappointing for Newcastle. We already
Yeah,
mentioned the Man U draw at Aston Villa. Great golden opportunity for Aston Villa to make a statement. So
I
it's
know.
very disappointing for them.
But they were the better team. They couldn't finish. I feel like they probably had a letdown from the big, huge Champions League
The
win
Champions
against
League,
Bayern.
yeah, nah,
You
it's
know,
just tough. It's tough to stay up after that.
yeah.
Rough for them. And then, yeah, the other probably biggest result is Chelsea hosting Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham manages to come in and steal a point
Dude, that
at
Forest team
Stamford
is
Bridge.
tough, man.
Yeah, they're fighting.
They're for real.
Yeah, good stuff. So yeah,
Uh,
Liverpool beat Crystal. Arsenal beat Southampton at home. They had some quick flashbacks to that game that blew the championship for them with Southampton 2 years ago.
no.
So they exercised some demons with that.
There was one thing I wanted to bring up. Uh, trying to look at the matches of the last week. Who was it?
There's Man City, Fulham. You mentioned Brentford, Wolves, West Ham got a big
Oh, I
win.
did. I watched a little of that West Ham.
Yeah.
I watched about a half of that,
Okay.
and they looked better. But also
Yeah.
Ipswich. So like,
They've been played above their means for sure.
so at least they won. At least they won.
Yeah. They needed that one.
They definitely did. And the Ipswich got a goal, but it was kind of, I don't want to say fluky. Areola made a pretty bad mistake.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Bowen. Dude, some of the worst defending I've ever seen from Calvin Phillips on that Bowen goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Forgot
my
about
God, dude. He was so out of position. It blows my mind how bad professional players are at defending players that you know are going to cut inside.
Yeah.
Like he was literally facing like the exact same way as Bowen. Like they were running shoulder to shoulder. And it's like, you know, he's going to cut inside. There's no way you're
Yeah.
going to be able to turn your body around.
You can't stay even shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
You have to let him get a step to the right on you, so you can't come back left.
Bowen knew he had him the minute
Yeah.
he got the ball, and you see him just like slow down, stand up,
Yeah.
and just take one little step, and waiting, and then he just goes boop, one touch, cut it back,
Yeah.
goal. I was like, dude, Calvin Phillips, what are you doing, dude? Really bad, really bad.
Yeah, real bad. And then for the last result, Leicester picked up their first win
Yes,
of the season over Bournemouth at home. So that was a big result for them.
that was it. That was it. I thought there was one more thing that I had that it was, but I can't remember. Oh yes, I did want to do this. I wanted to take a cheers. This was it.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate Kai Havertz on a big boy goal. He scored a big boy goal. He took the ball, had a nice turn, had a full confident strike from like the 18-yard box, in off the post. A legitimate big boy
That
goal.
was, yeah. Past the fingertip. Yep.
Cheers to you. I shit on you every week, so I got to give you your flowers when you deserve it. You actually got one. Congratulations.
What a guy. What a guy. Not forgetting his dude.
Yeah, I
Cheers to
still
you,
think
sir.
I still think he's mid, but
Yeah.
he got a real goal, so good for you. You didn't score this one off your back. That was ricocheted.
Good for him. That's great.
His confidence is at an all-time high. If you
Yeah,
remember last year
definitely.
how low it was, he's a totally different player now.
Yeah, I mean, he's fortunate he's in a team that plays the style they play.
Yeah.
It's so fluid, and there's so many sort of opportunities created for you that it would be hard not to be confident playing in a team like that, versus some of those times he was out there with Chelsea where he was kind of like a lone dude up front, and that's just definitely not his game at all. It's
No.
like they were almost like trying to have him play like Lukaku or something, and it's like the opposite of what he is.
Yeah, well, he's not a good finisher, so he
Yeah.
has to help supply other players, hold up play, do other things, run. He's really good at running. He can run for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's enough. That's enough Kai Havertz
Yeah.
talk.
All right. Well, just quick check in on the table. So we had obviously the 2 weeks ago we had a lot of change up in the table, but we still have after week 7 going into the international break, Liverpool on top with 18 points. Just behind them, Man City and Arsenal tied on 17 points. And then Chelsea and Aston Villa behind them tied on 14 at the top of the table. And with that win, Leicester bumped way out of the relegation zone. They're actually up to 15th place now. And Crystal Palace has dropped down into the danger zone at 3 points.
They don't look good. Dude, I was listening to the Brian Foster podcast, and they were talking about Crystal Palace for a minute, and the guy was like, I forget the coach's name for Crystal Palace, but he was like, that coach,
Glasner. Yeah.
Glasner did such a good job coming in last year. It's confusing why they're not doing as well as they were towards the end of last season when he took over. I was like, it wasn't Glasner. It was because Elise started playing, and him and Eze were
think
just
of one reason.
Yeah, dude, the Eze Elise combo was tearing up the league, and the coach had nothing to do with it. And it turned
Mateta was on fire because of those two guys.
Yeah, and then you took your best player off of the team. Like, of course they're not going to be good. Like, yeah. I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, how are you guys professionals? How do you not see that?
I will say that they have a much better goal difference than the teams around them. They're only on a -5 goal difference, where Southampton and Wolves are on -11 and 12, and Ipswich and Everton are -8. So they've lost some close games to get where they're at, which is kind of the classic Crystal Palace. It feels like they play a good 60 minutes or 70 minutes, and they can't seem to put full games together. So I'm still definitely holding out hope for them. Compared to some of those other squads, they should definitely stay up.
I'm pretty confident they're going to stay up. They struggle to score. They're good defensively. They're a good team, so to speak, but they struggle. They struggle to score.
Yeah, they have the fewest goals so far. They have 4 goals on the season through 7 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Chelsea in the top 4 is surprising to me. I didn't think they were going to be like this. They've got a hot start, and it looks sustainable if they can keep this up. That coach is doing a good job. And then what's shocking to me is Tottenham in 9th. They have three losses.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, they have 14 goals. What's their differential? a
plus
6.
6.
Yeah, they gave away two of those. Like, you should
Yeah.
not be losing. They should be at like 16 points in my opinion, which
Yeah,
would
or at least
put them in
with
fourth.
say those 2 losses or 2 draws, like
Yeah,
they should at least be in that conversation in that neighborhood.
but I think
Yeah.
without this Rodri injury,
Uh-huh.
and I don't feel like Liverpool are gonna do like the 90 plus point season. I feel like it could be a lot closer this year than last year, where
Yeah.
there's a lot more
Definitely.
parity at the top,
Mhm.
where everyone could kind of beat themselves up, and we may be looking at a lower point champion this season.
Yeah, I think there's going to be, when we've been seeing these crazy points numbers before, like I think there'll be a lot more draws out of a team like a Man City or an Arsenal than we saw the last couple years. Maybe not losses, but losing points that,
Yeah,
in times past they would have won.
yeah, I think Arsenal are going to be there. Their defense is really good.
Yeah, they've been very solid.
Uh,
Liverpool is still leading the league though. Only 2 goals allowed for Liverpool.
I know,
It's
but they
crazy.
lost Allison. I think he's going to be
Oh,
out for
true.
a while.
Yeah.
And I don't think
It's been-
Kelleher is their backup anymore. Someone else was in there.
Mm.
He probably got swooped up by someone after they saw him play last season. It was like, his goalie's better than our goalie.
Shit, maybe he
He
got
was so
hurt or
good.
something.
So yeah, Allison's hurt. I think for an extended period of time, which is not good for Liverpool, because their defense isn't the most sturdy to begin with.
Yeah, they brought in Yaros. Yeah, what the hell happened to Kelleher?
Yeah, Kelleher was a beast. As you look at pull that up, because we're kind of talking about news. We talked about the Ten Hag situation. And speaking of Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp got a new job.
Yeah, I'm confused what the hell this is. Do you know what's going on?
So I didn't know that Red Bull operated this way, but it makes sense that like the Red Bull company like oversees all the Red Bull teams.
Mm.
So he's on like the team to like help, who knows, find talent,
Okay.
figure out. I I just got the title of the job, which I don't have in front of me, but it sounded to me like he's going to have an influence on Leipzig and what's the New York Red Bulls, like even like the MLS. Like I think the umbrella stretches to all the Red Bull teams, which is kind of cool.
Interesting.
A different look. It's like a conglomerate.
Yeah, well, there's some special rule in Germany, in the German league, that like you have to, there's some like ownership rule where like nobody can own more than 49% or more than 50%, I think, of like a team. So I have a feeling it's some sort of weird legal concoction that they've come up with so that they really could own the team, basically. And then they kind of spread that potentially around to other leagues. But yeah, I forget the exact details. But so he's not coaching. He is like director.
He is the head of global soccer for
Head of all
Red
of it.
Bull.
Okay. All right.
Will be responsible for management over Leipzig, Salzburg, Red Bulls, and 2 clubs in Brazil and a 3rd-tier Japanese side. So it just says responsible for management. So like, I feel like he is at like the board level where he's not doing a whole lot, but he's like consulted on.
He'll be like,
things.
we want to hire a manager, you come interview him type guy.
And probably getting paid a ridiculous amount for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I do hope he
term.
shows up at the tier 3 Japanese league game. That would be,
dude, I would totally do that if I were him.
Yeah, it'd be
He's
dope.
so fun. Like, hey, let's make a trip to Japan. Paid for.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So
Dude, he's living his best life, and he doesn't need to have all the stress and the day-to-day that a coach does. He's going to be loving it.
Yeah. Why was he not in the squad?
Who?
Well, I'm still looking up this Kelleher situation.
Oh, is he still on the
He's
team?
still there.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess maybe he had a slight injury or something.
He's
He just
injured
wasn't
too.
in the team that day.
Well, if he can play, they'll be fine because he's a stud. That guy's good.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
he was sick. He was sick. So
oh,
yeah,
okay,
he's
all
still
right,
there. He's
they're
still
all
there.
right then. Good.
Yeah.
All right, your boy Paqueta. What's going on?
So we talked about it. It's been ongoing for a while, but this whole betting, gambling saga.
Yeah,
The
is there
trouble is
new
not
news?
all I saw. I don't think there's any sort of verdict or anything, but what I saw was they now are thinking of bringing another charge that he was interfering with the investigation. And so just the headline was like, oh shit. It was like, could potentially carry a lifetime ban, like if you like actually interfere with the investigation. But then read into the details. What happened was they took his phone, confiscated his phone, did whatever they wanted with it, and then they gave it back to him. And then he got rid of the phone and like got a new phone. And then they came back and said, we need that phone. And he's like, I don't have it anymore. Like, I have a new phone.
Hey, that's kind of
And
on them.
exactly. So there's a lot of shit flying around right now about, is this just like incompetence, or did he actually do something that's like actually worthy of any sort of
If that's
contempt
what
of court or
happened,
anything?
his lawyer's
So
gonna have a field day with that. Be like,
I
yo, they
know.
gave it back to him. He didn't do
So
anything
I'm
wrong.
hoping that's what actually happened, but we'll see when we finally get to a trial at some
Yeah,
point.
the iPhone 16 came out. He had to upgrade. Like, what are you talking about?
It's pretty funny.
So the opposite happened to Paul Pogba, where his ban of like 6 years or something crazy, it basically was ending his career, was
Yeah.
rescinded so that
Okay.
he can come back this season. He is able to return to practice in January, and he's able to start playing in March.
Okay. That's
So
very
he
soon.
might actually get on the field this season for Juventus.
Damn. Is he planning to stay there?
I mean, he's on the team right now.
Okay.
They probably, I mean, who would want a Paul Pogba that can't play anymore, you know? So, like,
Yeah. They'll probably build him up and then
yeah, exactly. Like,
find a new home for him.
who knows how good he is after not playing for however long he's been out. So, yeah, crazy. If he
That's
can
nuts,
come in.
man. Crazy swing of emotions, I'm sure, for him. And
Oh, I know.
obviously it sucks that he was, like you said, his career sounded like it was essentially over. But I mean, that's cool. We're going to be able to see him play again.
And he's in his 30s, but I can't remember how old he is. He's still got enough years left to be able to make a difference for a couple
He's
more seasons.
31.
31,
Yeah.
yeah. He could play for 3 more years if he tries. That's always been his
Yeah.
thing. Like, is he going to try? Is he going to work hard? Like, I could easily see him doing the
Saudi route.
Saudi route for sure.
MLS Saudi route, one of the two.
Yeah, no, I could see him do Saudi and then like quit, not try at all. Speaking of, have you watched any of the Saudi matches?
No, I haven't seen a single one.
Me neither. I don't care to.
Yeah.
Even like
I
the
don't
teams
either.
that are the two teams that are stacked that are playing against each other, I'm like, I don't care.
It just doesn't. It's not. I can't put my finger on what it is, but yeah, I'm right there with you. Like,
It's fake.
I don't care. Like,
It's soulless.
yeah, it's soulless, and it is just this crazy mix of very good old players and then players that just aren't even close to the same level, and it's
Yeah, and
I don't know. It's just
there's
not
al-
attractive to me.
to be fair, I haven't watched, so I don't know for certain. But I can't imagine that these guys are playing as hard as they can play.
As hard as they could, yeah.
You know, so it's like it's
Uh-huh.
kind of like watching a like an all-star game
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, all the best players are on the court at the same time in the NBA All-Star game. This game sucks and it's
Yeah.
not fun to watch. And yeah, that dunk was cool. He's now got 55 points, but like I don't care.
Against zero defense.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Because the game
feel
was
you
on the
there.
other day. I was scrolling through and I saw one and I was like, nah. It's
Nah. I'm surprised it was even on. That's a start, I guess.
Yeah, we get a chance. I forget the network, but it's a pretty common network. It
Okay.
was on cable, but yeah, I passed.
Yeah, the Ronaldo network, I'm sure.
Ugh, gross.
Tough. All right, well, let's get into our main event. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. No
Cool.
prep whatsoever, so I'm ready.
Me neither, but we'll do this on the fly. It'll be
All right,
fun.
pull it up. I'm sure we're gonna miss some people, but we'll do our best
Oh,
to collectively pull together a current Champions League uh, starting 11 for this
yep.
season.
For this
Now,
season's Champions League
and
teams,
this season only. Do you want to start at the back or the front?
We'll start at the back. I say we start with goalie.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of go through, like Austin said, we did prep it all, so there is a chance we might miss a couple names as we're going through this, but we'll do our best to think of all comers. Yeah, but let's start off at the back. So
goalie's tough because it. How do you determine the best goalie in the world right now?
Yeah, I mean, this one might end up being the most subjective of them all.
Who's your pick?
Well, I'm just gonna list off a few. I'm going down the teams here. We got Allison. We already talked about. You have Martinez from Aston Villa. You have Ederson. You have Magnon. Who else we got here?
Donnarumma,
Raya, Neuer. Oh, we had Ter Stegen.
Oh, honestly, I would have picked Ter Stegen. Feels so bad. He tore
Courtois.
Nah, fuck Courtois. Yeah, I won't have him on any of my teams. I would pick Allison. This new injury is not good, but I know you're an Ederson guy, and I like Ederson too. I'd be okay with him or Martinez.
Yeah, I think Ederson's better, but it's like Martinez has the like street cred now, so that is gives him a bump.
He made a pretty good save against Elise in the Champions League. He's a good goalie. But yeah, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, we'll give it to Ederson. I think probably the best all around. Obviously, coming off the title last year as well.
Yeah, good call.
All right.
So we're doing a 4-3-3. Okay.
Yeah, I mean we could do whatever here.
I think 4-3-3 is pretty standard these days. I think it'll give us some flexibility too.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
All right, let's do center back.
Center back.
All right, let's just discuss some of the names and then we'll narrow it down. So we have Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. We have any of the 4 Manchester City center backs.
Yeah.
We have Saliba and Gabriel for Arsenal, who have been balling together. We have Militao on Real Madrid, Rudiger on Real Madrid.
Marquinhos on PSG.
Yeah, I don't think he's at that level for me personally, but yes. Who does Bayern have? All I can think of is Dyer. Who's the other? Oh, is it Upamecano? Is it Upamecano?
Yeah, Upamecano. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a tier below these guys. Those are probably.
Bremer was really good on Juventus, but I think he just got hurt. What the guy on Leverkusen's real good. It was Ta. Is that his name?
Oh yeah, Ta is good. I like Ta.
He's been real good.
Yeah, good name too. Yeah, I don't really anybody in the Italian league. I don't really think so. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Saliba. I think that's a worthy one.
He's definitely been balling. Gabriel's honestly been better than him this season, but
probably better defending. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go. Yeah, I'm cool with putting Saliba there. Personally, I'm really big on Rudiger. I think Rudiger is probably my favorite defender.
That's a good call. No, I agree.
It's either him or Van Dijk. If you get Saliba, I've been going Van Dijk with a lot of stuff, so I'll go Rudiger for this one.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, yeah, that is real tough. If I because they both play kind of left center back. I think Van Dyke would actually be the better pick here formationally, but
Yeah.
I think Rudiger or Saliba's just he's kind of I don't know
Honestly,
deserving of it.
I pick Virgil van Dijk for everything, so I kind of just want to mix it up.
Switch it up. All right.
But he easily should be on here, I think.
Yeah,
Okay, left back.
left back.
We got my boy, Andy Robertson.
Yep,
Your boy, Teo Hernandez.
yep.
Uh, who else do you think is worthy?
Uh, I mean, Calafiori kind of plays left back.
He does now. I don't know if I think he's the
Oh,
best, though.
what's his name? On Inter, the lefty. Uh, oh my God, come on. Uh, come on now.
The Inter lefty?
What's his freaking name?
I don't know.
Why can't I think of his name? He plays on the national team. God, what the
For
fuck?
Inter, I can't think of anybody.
I don't worry, I'll get it. I'll get it right now. DeMarco.
Oh, he kind of I think of
He
him more
kind
of
of
as
plays,
a winger.
yeah, but it's definitely more defensive.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You have Alfonso Davies for
yeah,
Bayern.
it's been underwhelming.
Uh, Barcelona, who's been playing really well. They're leading the Spanish league right now. Uh, who do they have? I forget who their left back is right now. Is it
Nuno Mendes on PSG.
Koundé's on the right, not the left?
Yeah, he's on
It's
the right.
Martin. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Real Madrid. Who do they have? Um, who's on their
They have
left?
Mendy, but I
Mendy.
don't know if
I
that's
do
starting
like
there.
Mendy. But
Yeah,
I don't
Mendy's
know.
there.
I don't know who we've named enough. Who do you think of those guys?
Like I love the Robertson pick, but I feel like he hasn't done enough lately
Yeah, he's really
to
not in form right
to
now.
be to be worthy.
Agreed.
It's a tough one, man. Who's on Bayern again? Oh, Davies.
Davies.
Um, I feel like the Nuno Mendes or Mendy, or if you want to count DeMarco, but I get your argument about him being a little higher.
Dude, I'm still down to go with Teo Hernandez.
Oh, Teo, yeah, that's a good one. No, that's fair. Let's do that.
So he's just reliable, can do a lot for your team. He can
No,
provide
not scared of anyone
service. Yeah, he's been through a lot of big games. I feel like he's a good pick.
like that. All right,
Right,
shifted over the right back now.
right
So you mentioned one
back.
already in Kunde.
Yeah, Koundé I think is a good choice. Uh, who else did we name? Mendy's on the left. Now Carvajal on the right. I think Carvajal needs to be mentioned, but I can't stand him, so I
Well,
don't.
also just tore his ACL, so he's out for the year.
Sucks for him. Not on our list.
Yeah, yeah.
Sucks, but he is not on the team. Yeah, I can't think of anybody in the Italian league that really comes to mind. Uh,
Yeah, you have like Dumfries on Inter.
I do like Dumfries, but I don't think he's quite at this level.
Yeah.
Um,
The interesting move. So Rafael Guerrero is on Bayern now, and they shifted him over to play on at right back as a lefty, which is pretty interesting. He's been doing okay.
that's scary. That's scary when you're a defender.
Yeah. Who's
Um,
PSG rocking over there?
who?
I'm gonna say, who does PSG have on the right? Oh, Hakimi. Hakimi's been good.
Oh, I love Hakimi.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do like Hakimi.
he might be the best all around pick here. Kunde's been playing really well.
Yeah, I do like. I think it's Koundé Hakimi.
Yeah, I think we'll give it to Kunde just because he's had a good start to the year.
Okay, so there's our back four of Taylor
Right.
Hernandez, Rudiger, Saliba, and Koundé with Ederson in goal. All right, now let's move to the midfield. Center mid. I don't know who plays true center mid. That we could even go like a defensive mid here if we wanted to do it
Yeah, I think
that
that's a
way.
smart move. Yeah.
Uh, I think Rodri would be the obvious pick, but he's out for the season, so can't go with him. I don't know, man. Who else?
Yeah, as a defensive mid, you have Rice for Arsenal. You've got Barella on Inter. I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure if he's been playing much. Um,
Could go.
Xhaka on Leverkusen.
Would you count Valverde here, or is he kind of a different position for you?
I feel like he. I mean, I think he could. I feel like he might play a little bit more on the right, but
Yeah, just off. Yeah,
um, I think it's a good conversation.
I don't think Declan Rice has been playing at this level.
Worthy enough. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean the pickings are really thin. Kalinoglu maybe.
Yeah, he has. I feel like he hasn't played well for his age.
Yeah, and that Inter team is balling.
Killing it.
Not a bad one to go with.
I think. Yeah. No, I think that's fair. Who's playing there for Dortmund? Uh. Oh, Embry Chan and Pascal Gross. Okay.
I love Pascal Gross.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, Onana's done solid for Aston Villa, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, I like him. I like him as a
Yeah.
replacement. I thought he's a perfect
Liverpool, I
fit.
just feel like switches people in and out too much to have like a strong pick there.
Yeah,
So
Barcelona not
I,
really catching my
I
eye.
mean, Chalanolu's like more offensive, but for like true center mid, I feel like he's the pick here.
Yeah, I think the other one you could maybe go with is Chouameni, but I think Calhanoglu is a good one. Yeah, let's go with
Yeah,
him.
solid. Okay.
All right, do you want to put your boy Valverde on the right?
Yeah, let's go for that. He's been a threat.
Uh, Now, would you put Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield? Do you think of him as a midfielder?
Yeah, I do, but I just because of he hasn't played much, I was kind of excluding him.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
on the
tough.
left side here, I mean, you could probably plug in like any number of like Man City players.
Dude, my boy
Uh,
Danny Olmo is hurt.
yeah, um,
Cole Palmer, maybe?
they're not in the Champions
Oh,
League.
that's right.
Um,
He has been balling, though.
yeah, yes. Let's see, like Atletico Madrid. Who do they got there? They got Conor Gallagher. I forgot, and Grease. You could slot like a Griezmann in there.
I just don't think
Uh,
I think he's fallen off. I don't think he's quite
um,
where he used to be.
PSG has Fabian Ruiz there. Barcelona's who are they squeezing in there? Barcelona has Pedri playing there,
Pedri's been playing well.
who's been playing well. Who's Bayern squeezing there? Pavlovic has been playing a lot for Bayern in that spot. It's kind of also Declan Rice's spot for Arsenal. It might be, I think, just maybe because he's injured. I think, yeah, I think what it is, I think Barella's injured, so it would probably be him. But they've been playing Mkhitaryan there.
I really like Alexis McAllister. He probably won't get picked, but I just want to shout him out.
Yeah, nah, he's just so calm on the ball.
He just does so many good things for your team. He's just like a quiet, like great player.
Just gets the job done.
Uh,
Gundogan's one we could slide in there, but
yeah, I feel like he just
yeah,
hasn't been flourishing. Uh,
real tough, man.
Verts is probably further up the field. How about Benfica? Do they have anybody we should be thinking about? They just stomped Atletico Madrid 4-0. I don't know.
You could slip a Camavinga in there.
I only know a couple of
Oh,
guys.
Bellingham. How do we forget Bellingham?
I guess I think of him as more further up, but yeah, we could put Jude in.
Yeah, I know. He's more. I think he's more of a midfielder than.
I think he's better there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Center
cool.
attacking mid is what they have him listed as. Okay.
All right. Let's start on the left side.
Okay.
I feel like it has to be Vinicius, but try to talk me out of it.
I agree. I mean, he's the place where you start. I mean, who's even going to compete? Like
Mbappe, but Mbappe's been playing central.
They've been putting him center. He hasn't been having a very good year, I feel like.
No,
so
they're not doing well.
Yeah, the Mbappe conversation's a different one, but I mean, what else we got? The PSG, we've got Barcola, Dortmund. Who's Dortmund been playing there?
I mean, Diaz has been having a great season at Liverpool.
Oh, that guy that scored the hat trick, Adeyemi, he's been balling.
Yeah, he's been rumored to a lot of big clubs.
That like Wirtz or Grimaldo combo from Leverkusen. Is the other one.
I think we just need to stick with Vinny. I think he's the right choice.
I think he's the one. Yeah,
he's the right choice. Striker, you got Harry Kane. You have Haaland. That's a tough one. Lewandowski is leading the Spanish League, La Liga, with 10 goals in 9 matches.
Damn.
For reference, Mbappe has 5 and Vinicius Jr. has 4. So put them together, and they still don't have as many as Lewandowski has. What a fucking beast!
Yeah,
he's so good, man. He's so good. What is he, like 37?
Oh, the one other
36.
left that we kind of didn't think about was Luis Diaz.
No, I called him out. Diaz from Liverpool. I said he needs to be mentioned because he's been balling. But I think
Vinicius... I mean, last year, like Ollie Watkins would have been in this combo, but he's been underperforming this year. Vlahovic on Juventus has been good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just tough to compete with Haaland. I think he's got to be the guy.
I think you're right. I mean, Kane, I think is equally good, but Haaland's the younger guy. I think he's probably the right choice here. And Mbappe, I'm not putting there.
Yeah, unless you want to bring Havertz into the combo.
Nice.
Haaland.
Yeah, Haaland. And then on the right side, I mean, just put Mo Salah for me. Do it for me. He needs some love. He always gets shade.
He deserves it. I like that. Yeah, I mean,
there's so many. There's so many guys.
Rafinha coming in. Yeah, you have Xavi Simons on PSG. You've got
Saka.
Saka. You have Elise on Bayern.
Rodrigo. Yeah, we left off Elise. We didn't mention him. We left off Pulisic, who's been having an amazing season.
Well, fortunately for you, we do have a bench, so we could quickly...
okay. Well, put Kane on the bench, because he needs to be there. And then, put Elise. God, I love Elise so much. I'm just going to put all the players I like now. I want Elise, and I want Pulisic on the bench. He's been balling.
Pulisic
to quit.
There we go. What's it doing?
Do you know Ayoze Perez is playing on Villarreal, and he's second in La Liga in scoring? He's got 6 goals in 7 matches.
That's awesome. I love that.
Dude.
We got to shout out defensively. Shout out your boy Gabriel.
Yeah, he's been balling.
And then
he deserves it.
Anyone else we're skipping? Who deserves to be mentioned?
Put Lewandowski in there, dude. He's leading the
Oh
league.
yeah,
Yeah, put him
yeah,
on
he
there.
definitely deserves it.
And then it would be dumb not to have Mbappe on this team. So we'll put Mbappe in there.
True, true. Mbappe.
But yeah, the Mbappe Vinicius Jr. partnership hasn't been clicking as well as people
Yeah,
hoped. But
I think so.
I think they'll figure it out enough. They're new to each other. They both kind of
Yeah.
do the same stuff. Yeah.
I think throwing Saka in is the last gasp.
I like that. I think that's
All right.
I think that's
Well,
fair.
look at that. Oh, we got coach. We got to hit coach.
Oh. Oh, this is an interesting one. Who would you I have a clear number one. Who would you go with?
I mean, I think the go-to is Ancelotti.
Yeah,
but
that was mine. I mean, how
yeah,
could you not pick him? You know, he is like
Yeah.
the quintessential Champions League coach.
it's just
You have a team of
the
stars.
only guy that can actually handle this team.
Yeah, dude. Like his stock is so high with me. Like I have very few things I can say negatively about Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, exactly. Love it.
I mean, I think there could be a discussion if Klopp was still coaching, but
Mm-hmm.
nah, Ancelotti, all the way.
Awesome. That
All right,
was
so
cool.
we got Haaland up top, Vinny and Mo Salah. This team would be so sick. And then
This would be
Jude
dope to
Bellingham,
watch.
Kalinoglu, and Valverde in the middle. I don't think anybody, if you took anybody else to make this team, I don't think anyone's taking Kalinoglu and Valverde billing in midfield, but I like it.
Yeah. No, I mean, even though that's like an all-star midfield, it's also, I feel like, three players that work hard enough that like they would actually still be really good, even
They
though
would be
like,
functional. They would be a good
like it would
functional
still
midfield.
work.
Yeah, and then Teo Hernandez in the back, Rudiger, Saliba, and Koundé with Ederson in goal. Yeah, I like it. We have a good mix of teams and leagues too. Did we get any? We didn't get any German leagues in there. I guess the bench we have 2 German players.
Okay, we got Kane and Elise. So any other I don't know, omissions that you'd like to call out?
No, not that I can think of. I'll probably think of one later. Like, oh my god, how do we not think of this guy? But no, not at the moment.
All right.
Like, I couldn't even tell you actually, like the full roster for PSG right now. Like, are they? They're second in the league. Like, who's on their
Who did they lose
roster? Who's? They got Barcola, Colomwani, and Dembele. Yep, I know that one. Okay, the midfield is Fabian Ruiz, Neves or Vitinha, Zaire Emery, Marquinhos, Hakimi, Mendes. They still have a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone makes this list, though. Hakimi was the one that was like, okay, maybe him.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he probably should have been. He would probably be like the next sub on, possibly. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was good. A little impromptu, good discussion.
It does help to just make you, because I feel we talked about how like we were kind of stumbling into like getting into the Champions League this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it does help to kind of sit and go through the teams like this and the players. And now like I have like a better picture in my mind now, I feel like, of like who's actually in it.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be interesting. We basically picked, I don't know, 7 teams, 8 teams, maybe the most. Not even. So I wonder if these teams will even make it, because we have a ton of Real Madrid players, a couple Man City.
Yeah, interestingly enough, so there's, what is this, a 8-way or 7-way tie at the top right now on points. Teams that we didn't include anybody from that are part of that 6-way tie: Dortmund, Brest, Benfica, Leverkusen. We didn't have anyone from Leverkusen.
Nah, we talked about Verts, but we didn't put them on.
Aston Villa and Juventus all tied up top, but Only included somebody from Liverpool.
Yeah. Had to get someone from Liverpool. They're first in the
Yeah,
league. Yeah, come on. All right.
deserving.
All right, let's close it out with some trivia and stats, and
Yeah,
we'll go from there.
cool. Yeah, I'll hit you with some trivia, and then I think you got a stat to share as
I
well.
got one. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think I could make it into trivia for you, but it's a cool stat.
That'll be fun. Either way. So my first stat for you. This is from data from Europe's top 5 leagues over the last, what is this, 2016 to 2024. So I think the season that just ended in 2024. So whatever it is, the last eight seasons or so. This is average shot distance. So overall, there's a general trend, and I'm asking you: do you think the trend is going up or down for the distance of shot?
I bet it's going down.
It is definitely going down. So every league has seen, I mean, if you compare 2016 to now, every league has seen a decrease in distance of shot. So kind of an interesting question of exactly why that may be happening.
I think teams are much more. They're definitely much more likely to make the extra pass to get closer, when in the past they would just rip it or only have like 2 guys up instead of having 5 players up with the guy like constantly like making an overlap run. Where in the past it was like probably the number 10 and the number 9, and the number 9 was covered, so he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a rip. You know?
Yeah, I feel like it's just the infection and viral nature of Pep's style that's just invaded the rest of all the top teams across the leagues. Personally, all right. My next question is: so these are the Power 5 European leagues. Which league do you think has the shortest distance of average shot out of the 5 leagues?
Premier League.
It is the Premier League.
Yeah, they're the closest to Pep. They all try to do that same style.
They tried to.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why when you get a goal like Duran's and you're like, yeah, oh my God, that was insane. Shot it from 30 yards.
Love it. Okay, my next stat for you. This is also for the top 5 leagues. So far this season in league play, there are 3 Premier League players that crack the top 10 list for most big chances created during play, in play.
Sorry, this season?
Yeah, so far this season.
Okay. You
So
told
I have
me
the top 10 list.
You told
of
me
all
a couple
5
weeks
leagues.
ago Kulishevsky was on this list, and he had a couple more in that Brighton game. So I'm going to put Kulishevsky as my first pick.
He's not. He might have been on chance. This is the big chances created.
Oh, big chances. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ask me to define that. But
big chances created. So how many like give me an idea like the number one guy,
the
how
person
many chances
leading is on the person leading is on 9.
Oh, okay. All right, so
averaging just over, what is that, like 1.2 a game or something.
sorry, all leagues, all European leagues?
This is
Premier
the
League?
so I have the top 10 list from the top 5 leagues in Europe, but there's 3 guys from the Premier League that made it in the top 10.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm wondering if you can name those guys. If you name anybody else from other leagues, that's a bonus. But
God, I wish I would have looked at the scoring for this season so far. I'm gonna go with my boy Mo Salah. How about Bukayo Saka?
he's on the list.
Okay.
He is number 5. He's the second highest Premier League player on the list.
It's tough. De Bruyne is always the go-to here. But,
Yeah, he would have probably been leading this list,
but he's
injured.
Yeah, he's injured. So I'm gonna.
This is a player you've definitely already mentioned in this episode.
Yeah, is it Diaz?
No,
I would
it is
guess.
not Diaz.
Diaz was the next one to come to mind because he's been balling. We've already mentioned in this episode.
You name this player in a different segment, but we couldn't use him.
Oh man, I named so many players in that.
Because he wasn't in the Champions League.
Oh, Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah, duh. Should have gotten that
Yeah.
one. Is he
He's
number
number
one?
3.
He's number three. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shoot, I feel.
And then the
dumb for
last
not
Premier League
thinking
player
of
is
the...
Bernardo Silva, actually.
Okay. That
tied
little
for
maestro.
Yeah. So and then Lamine Yamal is actually leading all 5 leagues, and then Rafinha
And
also in
then
Barcelona.
Lewandowski just finishing everything he
Yeah.
provides him.
Exactly.
What a great combo, dude! Like 17-year-old and a 36-year-old just working wonders together. That's awesome.
All right, my next one for you is the Premier League team of the season so far, based off of match ratings of performances. So I have the team in front of me. I'm curious how many of these players you can get. So we'll go. You can choose whatever position you want to go by, but you're going to get one guess for each position, and we'll see how many you get right. It's a 4-4-2, just if that helps. So maybe we go midfield. So you'll get
one question.
Four like what's up?
Like, is it like would a player like Kevin De Bruyne not be included because of injury? Like, is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's probably like average match scores.
Okay.
So I'll let you get 4 defender guesses, 4 midfield guesses, and then 2 forward guesses.
Are we doing goalie? No goalie?
Goalie as well. Yeah, you get a goalie guess.
Goalie, I'm going to go... Who's had a good defense this year? Maybe Raya?
Got it. Drink for me.
Okay. I feel like I got to go with Saliba and Gabriel. Probably both of them.
Both wrong.
Really? Neither of them are on there.
Well, I remember when we were going through the table, we mentioned who had the best defense technically.
Virgil van Dijk.
Van Dijk and Konate.
They both are on there, huh? I do like Konate. He just always gets hurt.
Yeah, but only 2 goals allowed this season. All right, well, you still got the wing backs. 2 guesses. I'll give you a hint. These guys are not on the same team. Okay. They're not on Liverpool, and neither of them. They're not on the same team together.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go with. How about Man City Guardiola?
That's a good guess, but no.
Okay, I'll try right back. Let's go with on the right. Honestly, I would probably go Pedro Porro until that last game where he probably got a match rating of 0. So
I'll give it to you. It's Pedro Porro.
Is it Pedro Porro? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see what he got on the last match because whatever it was, it has to be lower.
Not good. It's actually Anthony Robinson at left back.
Oh, nice. I thought you said it wasn't Liverpool.
Robinson. Anthony Robinson.
Oh, I thought you said okay. All right, awesome. Hell yeah, we got an American on there.
Yeah. All right, moving into midfield. Another hint, none of these 4 players are on the same team.
Oh, there's 4. Okay.
Well, yeah, if you want to do... Well, there's 2 centers and then a left and a right.
Are the left and the right like a Saka position?
Yeah, like more of like a attacking winger.
Okay.
Yeah. And the centers are like... There's no defensive midfielder here. It's like...
It's attacking, yeah.
Yeah, it's all attacking.
Yeah, see, defensive midfielders, they get the shaft on this stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can't quantify
what they bring.
All the things that they do the way you can with a goal. It's not fair. Having said that, I'm going to go with... I'm going to go back to my Mo Salah pick. I'm going to put Mo Salah on the right.
Wrong.
Cole Palmer.
Correct. Drink for me.
Is that the right side? The right
Yeah,
wing?
he's on the right of the center midfield. So you have the right winger if you want to take another guess. You have left
Wait,
winger, and then
wait. He's not the right winger. He's like inside.
he's the right center mid.
Oh, okay. Um, dude, I want to pick Matoma on the left after that last game, but that can't be right. How about no? How about no? All those extra chances created. I feel like Bernardo Silva is probably up there. Is he there? No.
No,
How about James Madison?
he's the other center mid.
Hell yeah! All right, all
Nice.
right, all right.
All right, you
Left.
missed Saka on the right
What?
and Diaz on the left.
Wait. I hadn't gotten to the left yet. All
My
right.
bad.
All right. So we got two up top.
Yeah, two up top.
Are they two strikers?
Yes, they are both strikers.
It's got to be Haaland.
Haaland's one of them. He actually has the. He's got the second. Saka actually has the highest average, and then Haaland has the second highest. So they're like the two best.
Who else would it be? It wouldn't be Ollie Watkins. I don't think it would be Isak.
Yeah, he struggled.
It would not be Kai Havertz. It can't be Kai Havertz. I would throw my beer. Diego Jota.
Incorrect.
Damn. This is tough. Is it surprising to you?
Kind of. Surprising the player, maybe not so much the team.
Shoot, I don't know. Isak, I don't know.
I'll give you half a point. It is Kai Havertz.
Oh my god, dude. There's no way. There's no way. No, no. I can't agree with whatever stats these are. There's no way you're telling me he's the second highest rated striker in the league.
I mean, he scored a lot of goals. I feel like and like you just said, it's like it's so hard to rate players, but goals is like
It
the
is.
one thing that probably pulls you above the rest. You know, like
So-
Isak's been struggling. Watkins. There's no more Harry Kane. Son's been out hurt.
One thing I haven't been able to understand is like, does everybody do their own match ratings? Like, how do match ratings get calculated?
It's a good question. But I'm not sure.
Because I looked up, so I was trying to look up the match ratings for that Tottenham Brighton match,
Yeah,
and Football London has, I assume, their rankings, and it's hilarious. They have Cristiano Romero, they gave him a 4. Destiny Doggy, they gave him a 3. And the Pedro Porro, they gave him a 5. Pedro Porro says, got caught out of position for Brighton's first goal and offered little going forward compared to what he normally does. It's like, yeah. Chris Romero caught napping to allow Welbeck his unmarked headed goal midway through the second half. It's like, yeah, dude. Fucked up so bad. Let's see, where's Matoma?
I feel like Google used to do it, but I don't see it. I don't see it
thought
for
so
that
too.
game. Yeah. Interesting.
Wait, are these just Tottenham's rankings? Where's Oh, they don't have. Oh my god, they don't have Brighton rankings. What is this? Just Tottenham? This is bullshit. But yeah, what are these rankings and who comes up with them?
Yeah, like where are they coming from? Because in the Premier League fantasy app, you also get a bonus point if you have a top performer. It's like how is that decided? Like, is there some
Oh,
sort of
really?
Yeah, maybe if let's go look at results.
Yeah, this site. Let's see if they give the same ratings. Yeah, this site has different ones. I feel like they got
For who's the top?
Oh man, but I'm liking this site already. Baliba 7.5. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
There
Dude,
we go.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch this guy. He is The real deal. He's 20 years old. Fucking good.
Player ratings.
Matoma 8.5. Yes. Highest rated, and he didn't even score. See, page report, they gave him 5.5. He was run ragged by Matoma after doing well to snuff out the Japanese stars' danger in the first half. The winger got the better of him as the evening wore on. He was run ragged after the break. He was.
That's funny. I found one. Yeah, has Matoma at 8.2.
This one has Udogi at 6. And Romero at 5. Yeah, they're different. They're all different.
Yeah, everyone's got their own fucking thing.
We should start doing this. We should do some match ratings. Ours would be so biased.
There would be such a huge swing of
yeah, it would if
that guy was a 1, that guy was a 10.
Yeah, it would be like if you miss a golden opportunity to score a goal, I feel like your match rating should go from a 7 to a 2. It's like you lost the game.
Yeah.
You take that.
All right, hit me with your stat.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, did I click out of this? No, I didn't. All right, so Mo Salah. Speaking of our boy Mo Salah, he has cracked the top 10 in goals scored all time for the Premier League. He has 161. He is 1 goal behind Jermaine Defoe in 9th. And 2 goals behind Robbie Fowler in 8th.
Okay.
So he will for sure get in the 8th spot. The 7th spot is Thierry Henry, and he is currently 14 goals ahead of Mo Salah. Mo Salah has 4 goals already this year, so that means he would have 18 on the season to tie, which is about his average. So he's going to get real close to Thierry Henry, possibly surpassing him, which would be crazy on the all-time list. Yeah. If he has an amazing season, 2 more goals ahead of that is Frank Lampard at 6th. So he's going to climb that ladder this year. It'll be fun to watch because I think we both agree this is probably his last Premier League season, sadly.
I really hope not, but yeah, he deserves to get into that top 5 conversation. I feel like
he could easily play another season if he wanted to. But I don't know if he's going to stay. But he's going to be climbing that list.
Getting to that Thierry Henry mark though that would be huge. It's so deserved, man. Thierry Henry was so good, but I feel like it was more of a flash in the pan than the consistency we've seen out of Salah. And
I don't know, he had 175 goals.
He did, but I feel like Salah's been at his peak longer than Henry was, personally.
And Thierry Henry gets so much love that Mo Salah doesn't get. So that's the goal top 10 list. He also has 4 assists this season, and he is sorry, bear with me. He is currently in 14th all time, 1 assist behind Thierry Henry, so he's going to pass him in assists. He is 1, 2, 3, 7 assists away from top 10. He's got 4 already, so that means he needs to get to 11 by the end of the season to crack the top 10.
Damn.
Which could less
11,
likely.
Yeah. 11's tough, but it's not impossible,
Yeah. So he would be in the top 10 in goals and assists all time, which is crazy. Here's your trivia question. There is one player that is in the top 10 all time Premier League, top 10 goals, top 10 assists. Can you name that player?
Top 10 goals and assists?
Yes.
Lampard?
Yes, nice. Yeah. I'll drink for that one. Well done.
Love it.
Frank Lampard, 177 goals, 6th all time. and 102 assists, fifth all time. Oh, I missed Wayne Rooney. I didn't see him on the assist list. Wayne Rooney is also top 10 in both. So he's
Oh, okay.
third in goals, fourth in assists.
Okay. Yeah, man, I mean, that's another guy, dude. Just like at his prime, like I feel like Rooney's prime was also very long as well. Like he was so good for a while. We think of the latter years, but like before that,
Somehow, I feel like Wayne Rooney is underrated. So I don't know why I feel that way. Do you feel that way? Do you think that's
I just think I feel like he's kind of just forgotten about. Like, like I know what you're saying. Like, I don't think he was underrated in the moment, but now it's like he's not. Like you said, this whole thing is just there's just certain players that get talked about.
he's not revered? Well, it didn't help that he's super
Mhm.
fat and like got a big beard now, and looks
Yeah.
like he wouldn't be able to run 30 feet. But yeah, he was a beast.
So I forgot if I had shared this. It was something I wanted to share a couple episodes ago. Did I tell you about Hazard's quote?
Yeah, about Mo Salah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but okay, I
Yeah,
didn't
he's
share
like,
that with
oh,
you.
he's better. Yeah,
By far. He's
yeah,
like
by
he's better
far.
by far. Yeah.
I agree with him, but he that's a guy who is like, I don't know if this year, I feel like within the past 12 months, the um, the love for him has just gone through the roof, and been like, oh man, prime Hazard was better than anybody else. It's like, yeah, he was
Hmm.
fucking good, but
He was
I
he
don't
was really
understand all
good.
this, like it was like trending love for him.
Yeah, it's like it feels like not as deserved because he was so good
He
for like
was.
what a 2 to 3 year stretch, 3 to 4 year
Yeah.
stretch. But because of the transfer and then him just being dog shit, it just takes away from it, you know? Like it just but it was in those moments he was incredible.
He was really good.
It's unreal.
Um,
All right, well, I have one last special segment. I know we're running out of time, but uh
oh no.
have to do baseball playoff check-in
Uh,
with my dude
I
Austin, the Padre fan.
I'm still healing
Yeah.
from yesterday's loss. That was just demoralizing on so many levels. But I have tonight to heal,
Yeah.
maybe even tomorrow morning, and then we have to get out there and win another game in LA, which we can definitely do.
It's possible. Yeah.
Baseball's a weird game. We just gotta get our bats going again and throw a pitcher out there that didn't pitch a day and a half ago and has nothing left. The city was so amped up.
Uh-huh.
Like the games, I don't know if you saw any videos from the stadium or the games,
I
but
watched a lot of the games, yeah.
they the city is so pumped to not only beat the Dodgers, but to like for this team to advance because we genuinely think we
Got a
can win it
got a
this
real
year.
chance. Yeah, I got a real chance.
We were the betting favorites in Vegas after we beat the Dodgers or after we split the series in LA, and
Mhm.
which I think is crazy, but like
Yeah.
that's like, and to get beat down like that was crushing all these people ready to advance, and it wasn't even close. It was done after one inning. You could just
Yeah.
feel it. The stadium was
Mhm.
dead. The players were dead. Um, so I'm hoping they had a come to Jesus moment today,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow they're just gonna unleash. That's the hope, but
Yeah.
I am less confident than I was a couple days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy game
Just
5.
want to
I
beat
was
the Dodgers so badly, dude.
I know. You just like you got to do it. It's just it's like I equate the feeling I had the same sort of feeling like when it came to like the Patriots as a Raider fan or the Chiefs or something. It's just like God, you just gotta beat them, man. It's just
I
like come
know.
on. And I really wish this could have been a 7-game series. It would have been so epic.
Why isn't it?
I don't understand. I do not understand why it's not.
Is it new or has it always been like this?
I feel like it must have always been that way, but maybe it just never felt like that.
It never felt like that at all. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it should be, but I don't know. Getting Joe Musgrove hurt because he would have pitched that game 4, that's what screwed us. Like, I know the Dodgers have plenty of their own injuries, but
Yeah.
we're not as deep as they are.
Yeah.
And losing Joe Musgrove in the wild card round was a huge bummer because he would have gone out there and he would have fucking delivered for sure.
Yeah.
So,
damn. Yeah, it hurts.
So yeah.
But here you go, man. Tomorrow's the day.
I hope we do it, dude. I hope we make those Dodger fans throw more shit on the field because they're so pissed off that they're getting their ass beat down.
That would feel really good if it was like somehow just like a blowout, you know?
Yeah, another
like,
10-2 win. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Dude, our bats have been doing well against the Dodgers except for last night. So hopefully it was just a fluke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, sir.
I'm still representing. I'm just I need time to heal.
Taking a day to gather yourself.
One more night of sleep, a couple of beers, and we'll get back after it tomorrow.
All right, man.
Man, playoff baseball, dude. It's gut
Sports,
wrenching.
man. Sports.
The baseball, especially, I feel like is just so gut wrenching, like winning or losing, because everything is so slow and important, and like each pitch is like could be potentially the best or worst moment of the game. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And you play so many games to get to this now 5-game series, which is crazy. You lose 3 games and none of it mattered, you know. It's incredible how that works.
Yeah. You leave one fastball over the middle to Ohtani and it's fucking gone. That dude's a beast.
It's unreal.
Should be in jail.
All right, man.
Gambling, but whatever. Just kidding. Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
International break next week, so maybe, I don't know, we'll have to get creative on something and do a topic of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, I think the games will be back next weekend.
Yeah, we could do our picks and everything, but we won't have much to talk about because I won't be watching many of the international matches.
Yeah, I do know we didn't actually mention it, but I think Saka actually got hurt today on international duty. So there may be some effects of international duty to talk about. So we'll get into it then.
Yeah, I would totally. If I was a guy like Saka, I'd be like, oh man, dude, my calf. I don't know. Like, you know, you're on the squad.
Just
like
it's a friendly against Greece or something, you know?
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Just give me a 2-week vacation. All right, dude. I'll talk to you next Thursday, and we'll do it all over again. All right, see you.